Hello folks, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Just need to set one thing up for myself here. I think we might, the layout's gonna break for a bit, but we'll fix it soon. Because I'm on my laptop for this one, and I'm gonna need some screen space to see the chat. Okay. Let's see here. So yeah, layout could be improved. Let's see if we can make it better. Look, this is good. And I think we can just do this. Almost there. Just make it a little bigger. Oh. How's that? How's that, folks? How's that for a layout? Is that Bravo or what? Okay. Let's actually make sure. Everything's working. Happy Friday. Great. All right, Twitch is good. Promise, folks, we will start the show at some point. There we go. Beautiful. Okay. Good morning. Fogray, good to see you. All right, folks, welcome to Dojo Graduates. I'm filling in for Jesse this week because he is playing here in St. Louis, the U.S. Senior Championship. Normally, Jesse does the graduates show, but it's really something that any of the senseis, me, David, or Jesse, could do. So I'm very happy to be here. It's a very awesome show where we review and highlight some of the recent graduates in the Dojo Training Program. Actually, every week, I'm stunned. I'm stunned by the amount of progress that people make. I mean, like we count the rating that people gain, and it's like, we're almost up to like 150,000 rating points gained collectively within the dojo, which is crazy. I mean, these numbers are I would say modest for now, but I think eventually will just be astronomical as we just keep tracking everyone that's going through the program and doing the books and doing the work and gaining points and so on and so forth. Hello, Randall. Good to see you. So yeah, and every week we once again highlight students that have graduated, aka moved up a cohort. Here this week we'll be doing the 1,000+ graduates. On Wednesday I did the under 1,000 grads. We had like 12, I think, of the under 1,000. And I think today we got like 8 to 10 players graduating from 1,000+. And that's like every week we have graduation numbers like that, like 20 people or so are like moving up a rating level, which is fantastic. So yeah, let's get into it. Hello, Submarine Mike. How's it going? And let's start with the most recent grad here. I think NKM already has collected 3 badges, graduating from 800 and now moving up from 10 to 11 to 11 to 12. Okay, since joining the dojo 20 days ago, I've gone from 1,100 to nearly 1,400 on chess.com, which is pretty crazy for me considering I started playing chess last month and my goal was 1,500 in a year. Also really like the book recommendations, have started reading a couple of them. something clicked a couple of days ago, and I went from 1240 to 1380 rating in one day. Yeah, let me just say that's not common. We we definitely didn't. So the program is not designed to get you like fast gains. So let me just give back some of the credits that was given to us. The program is really designed for like long-term improvement, and so we feel like most people actually need to put in some amount of work, like 1 to 3 months at least of like consistent work, in our opinion, before they can like expect or try to see like some results. For me, it's always taken like months of work, where I'm stuck at a rating level, and then something clicks and goes up. So if you just joined the program 20 days ago and then you've already gone up, my feeling is that either you're already better than you thought, or just very fast learners. Some people pick it up quickly. Some people, played it when they're kids and they pick it up later, and then it's a little bit easier for them. But yeah, nothing to do with us. That's all you. That's all you. But I'm glad the book recommendations are helping. Okay, so let's take a look. But yeah, NKM has been shooting up. Chess.com Rapid. And let's see the activity. This. Okay, score breakdown, tactics, games, and analysis. Nice. Definitely, I would say the two most important buckets. Games and analysis for sure, and then tactics as well. Take the time. No, we're very happy to have you all on board. All right, you got some puzzle survival, Polgar book, Polgar main in twos. Nice. Doing the work. Oh, some annotated games looks like, Blender games. Awesome. All right, let's check out some games. Oh, no games. Oh, darn. But it said they annotated one. Maybe they just updated the annotated, but they haven't uploaded yet. By the way, folks, I think this is like a thing that some people don't know. In the past, when you uploaded a game, it was just automatically published, but now we changed it, so you got to hit like publish on the game in order for it to show up publicly, so that like people can see it and review it and stuff like that. So that's new. We made that change because we wanted to give people the chance to just like work on their annotations before publishing them, right? So you can just like work on it, then come back to it. And so you don't have to worry about like people seeing it too early. But that also means that you got to hit publish if you want your game to show up here. So get some games in NKM so we can review them for your next graduation, which I'm sure will be like next week. We'll see. All right, next, Bakeman, going from 11 to 12 to 12 to 13. Finally made the 1200 cohort requirements for the second time, so time to graduate. Yeah, actually I talked about this on Wednesday, and yeah, let me remind everyone. I think this is the show where we remind people things about the program, because not everyone is going to read through everything and understand everything. Graduation is always based on rating. So once you hit the rating threshold, even if it's just once, even if it's just for like a second, even if it's just for one game, too bad, you hit it. You're good to go. You can now graduate and think about working up to the next level. Because, and I made this point the other day, but I'll just repeat it, like whether you're 1189 or 1202 or 1195 is basically immaterial. Like you're the same player, right? Your form will oscillate from day to day. So you might be 20 points stronger one day, 20 points weaker one day. Maybe you slept bad. Maybe there's things going on in your life you're stressed out about. You're gonna play worse chess when stuff is happening around you. I mean, in my experience, almost anyone's experience, right? So your form from day to day will oscillate, but your strength of a player doesn't like dramatically change from day to day. So once you hit like that threshold one time, like 1200, that basically means like you're there, right? Like if you lift a 50-pound dumbbell one time, right? That means you've lifted it once, you can lift it again. Maybe not like over and over again, but I think you guys get my point. And so at that point, rather than think about, oh, how do I stay at exactly 1200, what I would suggest is now you should start thinking about, okay, how do I get to 1300? Right? Because anyway, like let's say you stabilize at 1205, really solid rating above the threshold. What's next? Well, 1300, right? So I would say just get the jump on it now and just continue working on your chess, and then your rating will eventually continue to go up. And so, yeah, don't these rating levels are not huge, right? It's not like the 1100 cohort is going to be dramatically different to the 1000 cohort. In fact, we've designed it that way. Like a lot of the books carry over from cohort to cohort, and a lot of the tasks are the same. You're playing classical games, you're annotating them, you're sparring certain positions, and so on, right? So it's not like every time you graduate a cohort, you're like moving up like 10 levels and you're going to be way above your league or anything like that. No, chances are you're already at that strength for some time. The rating is actually the last thing that often catches up. Usually you're a stronger player first, and then the rating eventually catches up to your level. As you're finally able to prove your strength over the board, you start seeing results, and then the rating matches your actual strength. So yeah, once you hit that rating, folks, I would say just go to the next plan. That's what it's there for. Okay, back to Bakeman. Been working very hard on my chess this past year and seeing results. Yeah, see, that's what we're used to. Like you work for like 3-6 months, a year, and then you start seeing a shift in your level. 29 FIDE rated classical games so far in 2024. Awesome. Can I make it to 50? I hope. The national championships, 9 rounds classical, turned out to be my best OTB tournament yet. Finished 4th out of 43. Nice. Way above expectations. Best memory, I played white against the Philidor defense and ended up playing like 2/3 of the opera game before the opponent deviated. Nice. At some point I stopped logging all my work in the Dojo scoreboard for some reason, but I have been working. Promise. Yeah, that's okay, Bakeman. That's good. Keep working. Tracking isn't the most important thing, although it's good. I was wondering where they're from. 47-year-old from Norway. Nice. Awesome. Question about which rating to use to pick your cohort. So yeah, basically like you choose the rating that's most important to you. So if you're a tournament player, like for me, okay, it's my FIDE rating, right? That's the rating that means the most to me. If you don't have a FIDE rating, you might have like a Norway rating, right? Or an England rating or a US chess rating. So then maybe that one's the most important. Some people don't play OTB tournaments at all, so they don't have an OTB rating, or it's still like provisional. And so your chess.com or your Lichess is your main rating. So it's really just up to you which one you want to choose as your cohort rating. But I would say just like pick one and then stick with it. Don't stress out like every month, like, oh, should I use my rating here or my rating here? No. You're going to drive yourself crazy. Just like choose one rating that's important to you. Stick with it like for at least, I don't know, 6 months, a year, at least a year. And then think about changing later on, because this stuff is really not worth stressing out about, right? It's not actually helping you improve. What helps you improve is like doing the work, playing the games, annotating the games, reading the books, this kind of stuff. Okay, love the goals here for 2024. Looks like Bakeman is looking for classical games online. So folks, anyone that's looking for training partner around this cohort, 12 to 1300, looks like they're available. And yeah, typical rating graph where you got like your ups and downs. And you see like, this is like a great example. Like in January, this player was about 1680 Lichess. Then they went down to 1579. So they just had a bad run. And they're working their way back up and they're still around 1680, right? So they never really like lost this strength. It was always here. They just had a bad run. You keep working. But the general trend of the chart is quite nice, right? It just shows you like over time, you're going up as long as you just keep working, be consistent. 1 second here, folks. We got a friend in town visiting Jesse. Maybe he'll join the stream at some point later today. We'll see. For the watch party. Okay, so good rating charts. Tactics ratings, we got to do those tests to get more established tactics rating. Very excited about all this. Let's check out the activity. Oh, nice. Look at this. Look at this chart. Look at this chart, folks. Now this is a balanced diet. This is a balanced diet. Now, the point is not for your chart to look like this every day. A lot of people are like, oh, do I spend 20 minutes on tactics, 20 minutes on endgame, 20 minutes on opening? I don't think that's really efficient. I feel like it's just going to be way too much information. But over time, you spend a couple weeks focusing on tactics, a couple weeks focusing on endgames, a couple weeks on middle games. Then over time, it starts to resemble looking something like this. This is more of a Pac-Man shape over here on the right. I think Pac-Man is good. This wasn't intentional, but I like. So Pac-Man is good, right? Because the biggest chunk here is games and analysis, which definitely should be taking up a lot of time. And yeah, everything else is all the other stuff. So yeah, you always want to have a nice Pac-Man shape at so. And notice that the red, it's like just a sliver of red, just a sliver. That's the opening. That's by design as well. So yeah, beautiful score chart there. And yeah, we do want to improve, I think, in the future, just like the tracking, just making like a little bit more satisfying, but it's a work in progress. Okay, let's check out some games. Looks like we got a game published just a couple days ago. Awesome. Let's take a look. Round 9 National Championships. Time control 90-30 and then 30 minutes extra move 40. Opponent is 59-year-old male. Sounds like a crime show. Opponent, 59-year-old male. Rating, 1509. So the opponent has 5 points versus my 5.5. And okay, it looks like opponent plays Scotch. All right, let's get into it. So Scotch Gambit, knight f6. Looks like we prepped against this a bit. That's fine. Always good to prep against the opponent if you know what they play. Castles. Bishop d7. c3. And we snag a pawn. Very nice. And white was playing really quickly here. Just forgot about this pawn on e5. Takes. f3, knight f6. Rook e1 check, king f8. Wait, let's go back a bit. How we get this? I'm not sure actually we really had much of a choice here. f3. Yeah, I think this is okay. We still got our extra pawn. So check king g8. Bishop c7. Everything is very logical. Our king is castling by hand, and we can enjoy our extra pawn. Ooh, queen g5. King f8. So I'm not sure why we traded here. I think we could have just maybe gone queen d6 right away, not given up the file temporarily, and then we only take when we're ready to immediately challenge with rook e8. Not sure it makes huge difference, but maybe something to to think about. So queen d6, queen g5. We get out of that. Now rook e8, queen e7, knight g4. Could have grabbed on a7. So some tactical details, but okay. I like the in general the gameplay, the time usage. Bakeman definitely good stuff. And takes. And now we get the king and pawn endgame with extra 2 pawns. It feels like only 1 extra pawn, but okay, 1 extra pawn is also quite a lot. And now good technique here. Very nice, very simple technique. Just running white out of moves, because eventually white's pawns on the king side are going to get stuck, and the white king will have to give ground. So yeah, nice technique here. Of course, could have gone the other way as well. For example, we could do this if we just want to give white absolutely no chances, and then just go after the queen side, and then win that way. With this one, you know, you want to make sure that white's king is not in time, but yeah, it seems like our h-pawn is very, very fast. Yeah. Of course, we could have taken on b4 as well, but this line is illustrative enough. And easiest way to convert this, folks, you just put the queen in front of the pawn, and you can give white a million moves, but as long as they are all legal moves, they will actually never touch your queen here. So this is a very, very, very safe construction. Pre-move friendly construction. You put the queen here, you can pre-move however you want, and you're okay. You got to watch out. You know, a4, a takes b, but that's not going to happen. Don't worry about that. a4, you can take it. Yeah, all right. Nice game, Bakeman. Keep up the good work. Keep up the good work. Just keep playing like solid games, OTB, and I think we'll see you in future graduations. Okay. Next up, we got Colin Vernon, going from 12 to 1300 to 1400. Colin writes as an esports computing lecturer. Wow, nice. I don't know what any of this means, but amazing. My goal is to improve my chess so I can finally break through a 1500 plus rating. That I understand. And I have joined Chess Dojo. That I also understand. Nice. Here I can actively seek advice from other players and follow a structured training plan designed to improve my gameplay. Awesome. That's what we're here for. Okay, let's check out the activity. Chess coaching. Fair enough. Or is this chess media? I'm not sure. Published new game analysis. Nice. Got some games in. Blitz. I like that Colin is honest about like 20 minutes of blitz, 30 minutes of rapid. Nice. I love it. And looks like Colin's actually just very recently joined. Nice. All right, Colin, good to have you. Let's check out some games. All right, first one here. Wait, this one's a 9-move game. What happened here? We fell for a trap. Knight c3. Knight f6. Okay, opponent was much higher rated, but still. Knight f3, d5, d4, e6. Okay, looks all right. Bishop f4, c5, e3, knight c6. Ooh, we got hit with knight b5. Yeah, it happens. I think everyone gets hit with knight b5 at least once or twice in their chess career. And let's see, do we have any kind of defense? Knight Not really, not really. Sometimes you might have like queen a5 check, but here white just goes c3, and the knight is still coming into c7. We can avoid losing material with like a king move, like king d7 here, but of course it's not a fun position for black. White is already just crushing. So yeah. This stuff happens. So one thing you can do in this kind of opening, you can play this early move a6. I don't always recommend to play early pawn moves right in the opening, but here when white has played knight c3, bishop f4, it's kind of like the fried liver of the queen side, doing this knight b5, knight c7 thing. So you got to kind of watch out for that. A6. It's not like in the fried liver you'd want to play h6, but here it's the queen side, so you have a little bit more flexibility, and it's nice to control this b5 square. Yeah, I think black's position is still very solid. You can still get your knight c6, bishop d6 in. I think knight d7 is also fine. b6, bishop b7. Black has lots of good setup, but like bishop d6 can be your next move, and then you can just kind of see what white does from there. Yeah, it happens. So e5 takes, and yeah, I think. I'm sure this was not great. It happens. Don't worry about it. Just got to learn from it. Question: do the lower cohorts have a requirement to play a certain volume of games? Yeah, every cohort has a certain number of classical games that's in the program, and then the cohorts under 1,000 have an additional task to play a certain number of rapid games. So every cohort has to play like a certain number of classical games, and then we also assign rapid games to the lower cohorts. Oh wait, I just clicked on the same game. Let's check out the longer one here. And Collins, I just see the comment here. I did not see this coming played too quickly. Need to slow my gameplay down for the future. Yeah, Colin, we're seeing a pattern, right? If you're playing too quickly in your games, definitely something to think about. We definitely want you to slow down. So let's see, bishop d3. Oh, and we didn't see that the pawn was hanging. Yeah, Colin, definitely got to just slow it down. Take your time in the opening, especially in classical games. Like if you're not 100% sure about the move, at least, a couple minutes even. Like, try to get into the position. Definitely we don't want to be just like hanging stuff, in one move. That's something like we gotta focus in on. So here, and it's fine to hang stuff. Everyone's gonna hang stuff from time to time, but the main thing is playing too quickly, because that's something I feel like we can control, is just like slowing down, not playing fast and impulsively, but yeah, really trying to look at multiple options per move. And okay, this is what helps us become a better chess player. And then knight d4. No, we hung another pawn again on the d4 square. Unlucky. Although here black had to give up dark squared bishop, so at least we got something for it. Some tempo. Bishop c5, good move. Knight d7, bishop b4, c5. Bishop back to c3. I maybe would have put the bishop on a3 here to try and keep black from castling. And then let's say if black plays c5. Now it's not with tempo. And maybe we can continue like bishop c4 or bishop b5, just putting a lot of pressure on black's position. And for example, if black castles, then I think we'd be winning some material here with little Le Petit Tactico takes and takes, for example. And then you got two bishops for the rook, and actually, I mean, I like white's position here. I think these two bishops are gonna wreck black's position here. That's just a sample line, but you can see the issues for black here. I actually do think white has some possible compensation. Yeah, for sure. Actually, like if a6, we can even take, and let's say take this one. And take this one, and we're still a pawn down, but like our rooks are still active, and we got opposite color bishops. I would think white has pretty decent holding chances here. Maybe not, I'm not sure, but yeah, that to me seems like a better way to approach this position, because bishop b4, c5, bishop c3, we let black castle. And now it feels like black is a bit safer. That said, we still get some attack. Queen h4, knight e5, bishop e2. So maybe doesn't seem like we could have really taken that. Rook e1, bishop b5. Yeah, now I like this. Now I definitely like white's position here. Something has gone wrong for black on the last couple of moves, but they're not in the training program, so we'll leave it to them to figure out their mistakes. And this is nice. This is nice. Beautiful. Beautiful. So queen b6, rook e7, and now it's just cleanup time. Okay, some annoyances by the rook, but looks like we were able to deal with it. Okay, good stuff, Colin. Keep up the good work. Slow down your play, and I'm sure we'll see you making more progress. Let's check out Timon. X2 going from 12 to 1300 to 1400. Let's see, was there oh, no graduation message. No graduation message. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Join the dojo May 21. Okay, not really tracking a lot of activity. I'm worried. Yeah, we got no games from Timon. That's okay. Congrats on the graduation. I wish we knew what it was you've been doing that has helped you, you know, so we could let others know as well. But no worries. Once again, I'm fighting for the tracking progress to be a bit more satisfying. So we're working on it, folks. And again, if you guys have suggestions, usually Discord is a great place for that. We got like feedback forums, and then everyone can see it and discuss it and so on. Okay, next up we have Harry, I think. HRYHLLR. Graduated to 1600 recently. 5 total graduations on their belt. Nice, nice. Activity. It looks like they just joined pretty recently. So this might have been someone who just joined at a lower cohort than they should have been at, and then just went up. But yeah, let's see. We got any games? No games. No games. Okay, folks. Well, that's all right. Upload some games if you want us to look at them, though. I mean, it's very helpful to have, and not just us, by the way. We got tons of people in the community always willing to like look at games of low rated players. So I mean, take advantage, folks. Like, that's in my opinion one of the best parts about the program, the fact that you can get this like feedback from higher rated players. I mean, yeah, I'd kill to get, some grandmasters looking at my games and like writing comments like, "You're weak in tactics, need to work on this, need to for me that would be a great joy. Okay, next up we got Diddy D, graduating to 1600. Nice. Let's see some activity here. Awesome. I like cross online. Just I've seen this message so many times recently. Be sure to upload and analyze game. I appreciate the help. Looks like we've been reading 1001 chess exercises for club players. Yeah, this is a new addition to the tactics part of the program. Glad to see it. Glad to see it. So doing tactics and games and analysis, again, I think those are the two most important buckets for most players. No games. Yeah, make sure to upload games, folks, because that's the most important thing, so we can see how you play, what your thought process, especially an annotated game. We want to see like what your thought process is like, so we can give you feedback. Okay, and then we got PM Leg going from 1800 to 1900, so pretty strong player. Looks like using their chess.com Rapid, and they might even be ready to graduate another time from 2170, so it might even be into the next cohort. USCF 1860. And let's see. Activity. Ooh, a lot of endgame. When you see a big purple, that means endgame. And then their time breakdown is all opening. But this is because I think they're not tracking their time for the other buckets, because they're clearly doing other stuff, but they're just not tracking their time. Whereas for the openings, the way we have it set up now is that it's actually based on how much time you spent. Like the task is to spend something like 10 hours on your white repertoire, 10 hours on your black repertoire, something like that. It scales up with the cohorts. And so that's why probably we're tracking the time on this one. Okay, looks like we're doing Polgar main in twos, endgame strategy, Silman, New York 1924. And also this is, this is all time. Yeah. So it's just only 4 hours tracked, but I'm sure much more time has been spent doing all this reading and so on. So yeah, great. I mean, this is all stuff they've been doing in the 1900 cohort. So they've moved up and they've already started doing tons of stuff in their training plan. Looks like we got some stuff in the 1800. And yeah, graduated about a week ago. Awesome. All right, let's see. Do we have any games? Oh, no games. Oh, that's too bad. That's too bad. Any clubs? No clubs. Oh, that's sad. That's sad. Guys, join some clubs. Upload some games. Join some clubs. Yeah, rating progress once again looks good. And activity also looks good. Maybe spend more time on games and analysis and upload some games. Yeah, or I should say publish some games, because now actually you can upload games without publishing them. So I should really say publish some games, so we have something to look at. Though I get it, a lot of people, especially at higher levels, you don't really want to publish it. You don't want people like knowing what you play and prepping for you and stuff. But if you want feedback, then it is important. Okay, folks. Well, I think that's gonna do it for today's show. Thanks for watching. Once again, Dojo Training Program is in business. Check out ChessDojo.club if you want a structured training program and a very helpful community to support you on your journey. My annotations never feel complete. Yeah, actually, I'm right there with you. I only have like 2 games uploaded, even though I have many annotated and analyzed in my chess base. I just feel like it's not done. But no, I'm also a criminal when it comes to this stuff. So maybe I should set a better example and upload some more games of my own so people can see what it's like. But yeah, folks, keep up the good work. I mean, right now things are very busy with Jesse playing the US Senior. We're streaming his games every day with David. And of course, I'm also working for the club for the tournament, doing the player interviews and recaps. So my days are just like packed. Just like after this, I'm just like going to the club and doing the stream, and then I'll be done with work at like 9 p.m. So busy times, but try to get some chess analysis in. What I like is that at least I get to watch Jesse's game for like an hour or two, and then we get to watch it like without engines and just like use our brains, and that's been keeping me at least somewhat sharp. But for you guys out there, you might have more time, so get to reading. Choose one book and just read it consistently. That's your tip of the day. Just pick one book you've been meaning to read it like 20 minutes every morning. Just like first thing, you set up your board, just read like 20 minutes. You can do more, but just like start like 20 minutes every day. And then in a couple weeks, like you'll have gone through half the book or whatever, and you can finish the book or you can move on to the other book. It doesn't matter at that point. 20 minutes a day, folks. Do a little bit every day, and stuff will get done. What do you think about that? But anyways, lots of more dojo updates coming. We're working on the tests. We've got let's check out the tests here. I think it's on the material page. We got tactics tests, checkmate tests, endgame tests. Endgame tests are new. We're working on positional tests, and eventually you will get a rating. You get a tactics rating, an endgame rating, an opening rating, and a positional rating. And then you'll have your like quartet of ratings, and that'll kind of give you a sense of like what to work on, where you're weakest at, and give you more stuff to measure and track. So we're very excited. We're working hard on it, folks. And yeah, that's going to do it. Hopefully I'll see you guys later for the watch party with David. But for now, let's find someone to raid. We'll raid it up. Or maybe we'll raid Jules. I know she's hosting the CCT Crunch Lab Masters Division 2, I think, where a number of big names are playing, actually. So I think Division 2 has like Naka. I don't know how Naka ended up in Division, but Naka, I think they got Kramnik in Division 2. So very, very exciting Division 2, I gotta say. So yeah, let's raid Jules. And hopefully I'll see you guys back here later for the classical U.S. Senior. I don't know if it's Naka versus Kramnik. I mean, I hope. You know, a guy can hope. But yeah, we'll see. Okay, raid's not. Is the raid working? Oh, there we go. Alrighty, folks. Catch you later. Have a good one.